there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billie.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. We're going to do something on this channel that we haven't done before and that you might not have thought we were going to do because, Billie is very opposed to it most times. But I will say, before we get going, that Billie has agreed to this, which we are now going to call Keep, Cull, or Consider. The rules for this are pretty simple for us. We're going to decide whether we're going to keep something or cull something. However, we have to agree. And if we don't agree, then it's going to go on the consider list, which we will revisit in 1 month. And if we have not played it and made a decision, then it's going to be going out the door.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So anything that goes on that consider list needs to get played. The other deal that I made with Billie is that any money that we get from selling off some of these games that we no longer play will be put back into gaming. And Billie has some say in where that goes.
X-Wing, 2nd edition.
We will see. That has to be agreed on as well. Mostly for me, because we've been getting so many new games, it's not just space that I have a problem with, which it's starting to get a bit cluttered up here, but also I just don't like the weight of games sitting on a shelf that I know we're not going to play again. So I want to make sure that we kind of clear out some of that, make room for new games, and not make games feel like guilt.
Let's not get too carried away.
Also, the money's fun. Is that what you wanted?
No, I was just thinking, we're not going to get rid of that many.
Well,
we're not clearing any shelves.
We have 5 on the list for today. We will see what Billie agrees to. The first game on our list is Gods Love Dinosaurs, designed by Casper Lapp and published by Pandasaurus Games. This one is fun. You're basically creating an ecosystem in a food chain, but you have to make sure that the dinosaurs are what's eating. You're putting together different terrain types and then populating those terrain types with different levels of the food chain.
Which are all then eaten by T-Rexes.
Right, so predators can eat the smaller things, T-Rexes can eat everything, but you also have to make sure that your T-Rex makes it back around to where they nest. And
lay some eggs.
And lay some eggs so that they can make more T-Rexes so they can eat more critters. And you're drafting down these columns, and every time you empty a column, then an action occurs. So you're careful which tile you want to select because that's going to set off an action, which sets off a chain of events. It's colorful, and it's fun, and it's bright. What do you think?
I'll be honest. Before you put it on the table, I was going to say Cull.
Oh, for God's sake, we talked about this.
But you reminded me about what's fun about it, and now I want to put it on the consider. We'll try it. We'll try it.
You have 1 month. You forgot we even had this game.
Maybe.
And then I put it on the table, and now you're all, we need to keep it. We had a deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently what I thought was going on the cull list will be on the consider list, but mark the dates, folks. 1 month. We have 1 month to play this game and decide. Okay, that one's on you. I thought we settled this.
I really was going to cull it, and then you were describing the gameplay, and I was like, that sounds fun. I missed that.
It is fun, but we don't play it. I'm not getting rid of games because I don't like them in most cases. Okay.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. You got 1 month. You're putting it back out now? What's going on now? I'm puzzled. You want to cull it or
we can cull it.
We're going to cull it. You're good now.
I like this game. This is not a...
You have to make a decision. We were considering it. Now we're culling it. What do you want to do?
This is not any kind of indictment of the game's quality. This is a fun game.
No, this is a fun game, and I'd happily give it to someone who could play it more than we do.
Yes. Some of my favorite parts about the feel of this game, about laying down the tiles with the animals on them and building out a little ecosystem, are also present in Cascadia, which I think we're going to be playing a lot more often.
We already do.
Yeah.
So you're going to cull this.
Yes.
Okay. Just so everybody sees, this was not coercion. Right?
Right.
You're making this decision of your own free will, right?
Yes.
Okay, this one's getting culled.
The gameplay is not actually that similar to Cascadia, but
No,
just like the feel. It's the feel.
Yeah, it's the same feel. Okay, the second game on the list is a small box game.
Ooh.
I know. And this is Curious Cargo, which is by Ryan Courtney and published by Capstone Games. This one is a factory where you're laying these tiles to create import and export, right? You're creating the products. And
you are Vandalay Industries.
You are Vandalay Industries. So on one side, you have trucks that are picking up your product, right? And on the other side, you have trucks that are trying to steal the product that the other person is creating. Unfortunately, the first time we played this, we got the rules wrong. And it kind of left us flat. And then we figured out what we did wrong, which makes it a much better game. We still didn't play it for a while. I tried solo and could not play this game solo. I know there's an adaptation. It did not work for me. It was way too much fiddling around with parts on not my turn. This game is beautiful. It's exceptionally well produced. It's a puzzle and a factory game, all things which Billie loves. And yet one of us wants to keep it and one of us wants to cull it. What do you want to do?
I think that first impression has left kind of a lasting impression. I do words good. It just feels, whether or not it really is, it feels really complicated and like a lot to get to the table and like a lot to learn every time you want to play it.
Yeah, I think if we had played it more, we would have avoided that. It's a programming game. That's the word I was looking for. Programming game. I'm still not ready to give up on this game because it was one that I was like really excited to get. And then I read the rules and did a bad teach, which not only then am I disappointed in the play, but that was on me. I didn't get the rules right. I taught them to you wrong, and then it just went kerflooey. I'm voting that we consider this one, because I just want to try it one more time. If we try it one more time and you still don't like it, then it goes, because there's no point in having a 2-player game that you're not going to play. And I cannot play solo. I know that a solo mode exists, but it is not going to work for me.
It's just that whenever I think about this game and I think about the mechanics, I just start wanting to play Mechanica instead.
Mechanica is another game where you have a factory and you're programming out your moves in advance, and then you run the factory, which is a little bit more active, right?
Kinetic in Mechanica.
Right. So I think they're different enough, but they're both factory games, so you're just kind of set.
But every time I feel like I want to do a factory game, I'm much more drawn to Mechanica than I am Curious Cargo.
Right. Maybe we should play them both this month.
Okay, but we're keeping Mechanica.
This just for my sanity, we are going to try one more time with the right rules.
Yes.
Because I really want to love this game, which is no reason to keep it if we don't, but I do want to try playing it correctly again so that we can get an idea if it's worth keeping. Curious Cargo has 1 month to get played. And then we decide if we like it. Just playing it isn't a guarantee that it will stay.
Yeah.
The next game...
Although, if we don't play it in that month, that's kind of...
It has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But you can't just keep saying, no, we're not going to play it.
You filibuster this game.
That is not fair. No filibustering.
Fine.
The next game is one of our newer games, and everybody was super excited about it.
Oh, no.
So we went out and we got a copy of 10, which is a card game where it's a push your luck set collection, sequence building card game where you're kind of bidding on what's in the center and trying to get rows of, 10. It's colorful, it's bright, we love card games.
We do. We
right?
do love card games.
And yet...
We love 2-player card games.
We love... This isn't a 2-player card game, although it can be played at 2-player.
We love all of the individual components of this game.
I think we might be giving away the answer here. Despite everyone having a great time with this game, and I want to give this to someone who's going to have a great time with this game, because we did not.
No.
This game, we finished, we put it in the box, and pretty much knew the second we put it in the box that we would never take this game out again. And I can't say exactly what it was about this game that just didn't hit. It just completely fell flat for us.
I won't say it's a bad game, but it just did not connect with us.
No, I don't know. It's very likely that it's just not great with 2 people. But the problem is, that's our usual player count. So a game that's not great with 2 people, unless it's a party game, I don't know that I need to have it around that much. Spoiler! What are we going to do with this one?
And we're going to call it.
And we're going to call it. Max would be so proud of us. Max over at Table Knots has taught us most of what we know about culling. Okay, the next game on our list is one that has not seen the table in a while, but it is one of the most beautiful games that we own. Absolutely one of the most beautiful games that we own. And you're just kind of strolling through a garden. You're making patterns and placing cards next to each other so they score the most advantageously, right? So certain cards next to each other will give you a bigger score. And in the end, you wind up with a grid of, I think, 6 cards, and you get to put in follies, which are these beautiful, beautiful cardboard stand-up fountains and bridges. And
look here at the B-roll.
And gazebos. It is a stunning game that hasn't come off the shelf in probably a year.
Yes.
Right? One of the most beautiful nature games that we own. I think we're going to keep it. I did pull it off the shelf originally to be like, we have enough nature games, and maybe Village Green is close enough to this one that we don't need to play it. And then I looked at it and I looked at the components, and we're gonna keep this one. It did hit the chopping block.
It did.
But it was pardoned like a Thanksgiving turkey. This one's Flourish, and we should probably still play this one this month. Anyway.
Did you say who it was from?
Did I say who this one was from? This one is from Clarissa Wilson and Jane. I'm going to say Wilson. Yeah. James and Clarissa Wilson. So, yeah. This was did we get this on Kickstarter? I feel like we did. It was either
I think we did.
Big pre-order or a Kickstarter. And
that's the signature edition.
Right, yeah. It's the signature, because why would we just get a retail edition?
We're so fancy.
We are. So this one's going to stay, unless it hits a chopping block again. Okay. The next one is one of the biggest games we own.
It is.
And we bought it because we love this company, and because we love this artist, and because we love all the other games that have come from this company. See, I even have my Fort shirt on.
Everything Kyle Farron draws is amazing.
This game is beautiful. It is going to be rough with 2 people. It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I did get a chance to play this virtually, so I had a great time playing it. It has some of the most interesting kind of mechanics in it where you're building out the story. And if we had a big group that we were constantly building out the story, maybe, I don't know. It doesn't suit our style of play. What do you want to do about Oath?
I think we're culling it.
We're going to cull it. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm not even going to take it out to take B-roll, because the only time this has been out of the box was just for me to organize it. This game is brand new. I know a lot of people really love this game. We had a good time with it. I'm glad that I played it. I thoroughly enjoyed the night that I got to unpack this game and organize it. It was gorgeous. I mean, it's beautiful. But I also think that the weight of this game sitting on my shelf, making me feel bad for not playing this game, it's not fun. I know that this isn't a style that we're going to play. I should have known that before I backed the Kickstarter, but look at it.
But Kyle Farron art.
Right? It was just a little heavier than we were willing to go for. And we're not getting rid of any of the other things. But for now, Oath is going to go on the cull pile. those are the 5 games we decided to put on the chopping block this month. Of those 5, we have 2 Cull, 3 Cull. 3. We have 3.
Wait, hold on. Let's do them. I don't remember.
Yeah, Gods Love Dinosaurs, 10, and Oath.
Yeah, that's 3.
So
3 Cull.
3 Cull, 1 consider, and 1 keep.
That is not the stats I thought we'd end with.
That's not bad out of 5. Again, this is not an indictment of any of these games. I think that they're all really good games for a lot of people. They're just not good games for us to keep in our collection, especially since our collection keeps growing. And either we have to build a new addition onto the house, or we need to start regularly looking at what needs to go and what's not getting played. Being a little more realistic about the style of games that we actually play, not the style of games we wish we were playing.
If we ever get a whole big group of people together and we're going to play a multi-hour game, it's going to be Twilight Imperium.
Yes, one day we will play Twilight Imperium. That one just sits on the shelf and promises to be fun one day. It's not on the chopping block. That one's safe.
Forever.
For now.
No.
I can't get rid of that one because it was a Christmas gift for Billie, so I can't do anything about it.
Hands off.
How do you handle your collection? Do you regularly put things in and out? I know some people who are constantly trading games in and out of their collection. I can't do that either, but we have to find a compromise, and this is our start. So we're going to keep doing keep, cull, or consider. For now, 3 out of 5 isn't too bad. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see...
I can't believe I called games.
Okay, you're going to make it. It's going to be okay. Do you want to try again? We'll try again. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see...
Or if you want to keep watching until we call more games...
And please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to follow us on social media, all the information will be down below. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves.
Bye.
Don't cry.
What's the word when you do
Conveyor
it?
belt?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Assembly line?
There's a word for when you plan out your moves in advance.
Strategery. Pinky move go.
Okay, you're fired. So.
Do it.
Hey there, friends.